So where one WTA 1000 event finishes, another one begins. And Karolina Muchova wins the title in Doha, in Qatar. And she defeated Victoria Mboko in straight sets. But now we move over to Dubai. We've had some pretty big withdrawals with Sabalenka and Iga both withdrawing from this tournament. But there are still some of the best women in the world ready to fight it out. So stay tuned. I'm going to go through the draw and give you my reaction. That's right. And before we go anywhere, make sure you've hit a like and subscribed. Let's go over to Doha first, though, because I think we have to give this lady some credit. It is none other than Karolina Muchova. She wins the Qatar Open, her second ever title. What a performance to defeat Victoria Mboko in straight sets as well. And just her second title of her career, but a big one, a WTA 1000. She did it in style, and she was not going to be denied, it seemed. She's so good, Muchova. Definitely deserved. And it just seems crazy that 7 years on from her first title, which is only a 250 event, she finally gets this big title on the board. She's been to big finals before, but she's never quite taken home the big trophy. I'm happy for her. Hopefully we'll see some big things from her moving forward in this year. I believe she moves up to number 11 in the rankings with that as well, which is really impressive. Well done, Karolina Muchova. But we are here to talk about Dubai as well. Let us know your thoughts about the Qatar Open final in the comments. Always interested to hear how you saw that one going. But this one's Dubai. And Dubai, it has been an interesting tournament. It has been won by different females. All of the last, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7. Yeah, the last 7 events, all different competitors winning. Svitolina, the only person who won it back to back there. But you can see it's been jiggled around a little bit, moving from a Premier 5 to a Premier 5, and then WTA 1000. We added it back to a WTA 500. And then the last 3 years, it has been a WTA 1000 where we had Krejcikova win in 2023, Paolini 2024, and Mira Andreeva last year, one of her back-to-back Masters events wins, and she was in such incredible form. Well, it's going to be interesting to see how this year goes, because there are some great talents in the draw, but we've had some big withdrawals as well. Most notably, withdrawing obviously Sabalenka and Iga. Those ones you cannot avoid how big those names are. But here are some of the other names. Madison Keys also not playing. Marta Kostyuk not playing. Kudermetova not playing. Osaka not playing. Pliskova not playing. Vondrousova not playing. But look who they're being replaced by. Maybe this will give you some hope. We got Alexandra Eala replacing Naomi Osaka. That's pretty good. We got Boskova, Siegemund coming in as well, replacing. We got Stearns, Baptiste coming in to replace Sabalenka, and Pavlyuchenkova replacing Vondrousova. Let's get stuck into the draw and have a look. Obviously, our number 1 seed now is Jelena Rybakina, the Australian Open champion. She heads the draw at the top. And our number 2 seed all the way down the bottom is Amanda Anisimova. She is down the bottom. Let's start at the top and see who Rybakina has in her section. The name that jumps off the page straight away in her little section has to be Karolina Muchova. Look at this. She's up against Uchijima first round, but just coming off the back of a WTA 1000 title. This is not a good draw for Rybakina. Probably not a good draw for Muchova either if she was hoping to go deep in this tournament, because she's going to have to run the gauntlet and could have some tough matches here. Not looked good here for Raducanu either. She could have done without an informed player. Cocciaretto did well. She's won, I believe, 6 out of her last 8 matches. Had a really good tournament last week. it's going to be quite a tough match. Raducanu going to have to be at her best. I think that one is a tough one, though, to get through. And if she gets through, she's probably going to have to meet Karolina Muchova. And the way that Muchova's playing right now, I don't know if Raducanu will be able to handle anything close to that, really, if I'm perfectly honest. But looking at this, Rybakina, she could have a potential Tatiana Maria or Birol in the second round. Well, her first match, she gets a bye through the first round. But Muchova, a potential third round opponent. I don't think they call it third round. I think they call it the round of 16, we'll call it. So she could be facing Muchova there. If we go down to see who else is in the half of Jelena Rybakina, we've got Bencic there. We've got a really entertaining one here. Sara Balek versus Zeynep Sonmez. Two great young players going head-to-head there. That's really entertaining. We've got Paula Badosa against Siniakova. And, Svitolina. She is a two-time champion at this event. So somebody in good form as well, the number 7 seed. This is somebody who is in the quarter of Rybakina. That should be noted. Coco Gauff is in the half of Rybakina as well. We got Ostapenko there, a potential second-round opponent, or Kalinskaya for Coco Gauff. That's really tough, to be honest, either of those players. Boskova and Mertens. We got Navarro in this section with Arusa. Having a quick look down. Noskova. This is all still Rybakina's half. Eala versus Baptiste there. And the winner sets up a match with Jasmine Paolini, and that's where it ends, the half for Rybakina. So Jasmine Paolini, the last seed. We got Noskova in there. I think the toughest players are probably up right where she is, right at the top. We've got Muchova up there. That has got to be the toughest opponent, and Svitolina, and they're both in her quarter. Coco Gauff, she comes back to form. Sure, but right now, I don't think she is as much of a threat. We move down. Let's go all the way to the bottom. We'll go all the way down to Anisimova. So Anisimova, she has potentially Barbora Krejcikova or Pavlyuchenkova in the second round. I believe that was the French Open final, was it not? That was Krejcikova won it. Moving up, we've got Janice Chen. Oh, another one of the players coming through from Indonesia. She's up against Yastremska. We've got Samsonova versus Fernandez. Mboko, here she is, number 11 seed at the bottom of the draw. This is quite a good draw, to be honest. Looking at this, Mboko will be really happy. Got Christian first, Seedal or Buksha second, and then, let me work it out, and then let's just have a quick look. Yeah, I mean, it could be potentially Emira Andreeva. I mean, she's just beaten her. It was very close, though. How tired is Mboko going to be? She's just had to go deep all the way to a final. Got Pegula down this end as well. We've got, look at this for a first-round match. Maria Sakkari versus Iva Jovic. Before, last week, I would say Jovic would probably win that. Now, really tough to say because Maria Sakkari has come back to some form, hasn't she? So we got Clara Towson, Sophia Kenin. We got Kim Win-jung versus Peyton Stearns. So Jung, another really good player in this section as well. And Alexandrova making up the difference there at the top with the number 8 seed. But looking down here, Anisimova, she'll probably be fairly happy, I think, with this draw. I think Mboko, that's a big name, really tough down this section. And Mira Andreeva, I think Anisimova has the firepower. If Mboko's tired, that may help Anisimova. But Anisimova, didn't she withdraw from an event or a match recently? So that would give me some sort of concerns about her. I think Mboko will be able to recover pretty quickly. Same as like a Mira Andreeva, so young, so fit, healthy. I don't worry about them much at all. Pegula in this section as well, always a danger. But yeah, picks of the first round, definitely Jovic, Sakkari. I'd go all the way to the top and I'd say Raducanu, Cocciaretto, another great one. Kalinskaya Ostapenko, definitely a brilliant match, that one. And I'll definitely have one eye on Alex Eala versus Hailey Baptiste, because if we get an Eala versus Paolini, I think Paolini, one of those players who's seeded, probably more off last year's points, who is probably not in as great a form as some of the other seeded players. So that's the type of section you want to be in. If you want to be able to defeat a seed, she looks like one of the more vulnerable seeds. I'd say a Navarro as well, I'd put into that bracket too. Coco Gauff potentially as well. Ostapenko, a nightmare if she has to face her as well. But having a look at it, the draw itself, I'd say, who has to be happiest with this? I would say, yeah, I mean, it's different. It's quite evenly split. I think it's a very evenly split draw. I think Rybakina, despite having Muchova in her section, she'll be quite happy, because if Muchova's tired, by the time she faces her, I think she may be able just to overpower her, get her running around. But if she's not tired, it's going to be a nightmare. We could see another Mira Andreeva scenario where we get back-to-back Masters champions. This was a nice shot from the draw. When you get all the youngsters in, just watching, see their fate. Zeynep Sonmez, Iva Jovic, and Alex Eala all together there watching the draw. Great to see the future of the women's game all together. And I'm just going to have a look through Rybakina's draw, just because this is who she could be playing if she was to go on and win it. She a bye through the first round. It'd be Maria or qualifier, Raducanu, Muchova in the third, or Coccioletta. And we've got Bencic, Badosa, or Svitolina. I mean, I expect it to be Svitolina in the quarters. Gauff, Navarro, Noskova, or Paolini semis. I think it's pretty good all the way up until maybe the final. And the fact they haven't even included Mboko's name in the final here as a possibility, I think it's rude considering how well she's been playing. Yeah, I'd still give her some chances here. I don't write her off just because she's been too deep in a tournament. And this one, I thought it's nice. The Philippines are still putting out her route to the final. So Alex Eala's route to the final, should she get there. I mean, it's a long shot for sure. We'll be cheering her on. But Baptiste first round, that's a winnable match, but still quite tough. We've got Paolini second round, Noskova in the round of 16, quarterfinals of Gauff potentially, and then we got Rybakina or Svitolina, and then the final of Anisimova, Pegula, but who knows, Mboko, Andreeva, one of the above. Yeah, it's a very, I understand. I saw Jose Morgado saying we've lost a couple of big guns, but the draw still stacked and still super exciting as well. We've got two really competitive halves and the narrative is written. Who did I think would go on and win it off the bat? I mean, it's tough to say, really is. I mean, Rybakina's draw, I think, is good. I think that she has to be the favourite coming into this tournament based upon the draw. But after that, it's a bit of a toss-up, to be honest. I think Pegula could potentially have a good tournament in this one. She might shock a few people, might go through a few rounds. I'm not mad at her little section of the draw. But let me know what you think of the draw in that comment section as well. But that's it. That's the draw for Dubai on the women's side. Another WTA 1000 event and some really entertaining matches. I can't wait for it to get started. It actually starts in about 12 hours' time. Very early in the UK, about 6 a.m. they kick off. But it just means it's great. I can probably catch some of the matches in the morning, and I'll bring some updates as the tournament progresses. Still got stuff going on the men's side as well. Obviously, some finals that we'll be playing. So we'll bring a podcast out once we have all the results of those two. But if you haven't done so yet, give us a like, subscribe. Oh, and happy Valentine's Day to everybody out there.